Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Water Cooler Conversations. My name is Priscilla, and I am with the Office for Advocacy and Violence Prevention. Joining us today is Amanda Quintanilla from UTRGV's PD's Victim Services and Mari Morin from Student Rights and Responsibilities. Topic for today is learning about student rights and responsibilities. Before we begin, I'm just going to go over some quick information. I just, of course, want to give everybody a disclaimer warning or trigger disclaimer warning. The content of the discussion could be troubling, especially for survivors of violence, victimization, or harassment. Please feel free to leave the discussion of the triggers and upset. If this triggers an upsetting response, please treat this session as a safe space and respect the boundaries of others, especially if their views or experiences are clearly troubling to them. The objectives we want to reach today, of course, are gaining an understanding of what student rights and responsibilities is and what they do. And for short, we call them SRR. So if you hear that acronym, just know. Recognizing how various policies affect students during their academic career, and of course, identifying the resources both on and off our campus. With us today, like I mentioned, is Mari Morin. Mari, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit.
Hi, my name is Mari. I work with Student Rights and Responsibilities here at the Edinburgh campus here at UTRGV. I've been with the university for 12 years, going on 13. And my primary background prior to being with our Legacy Institute, UTPA, and UTRGV, I did juvenile corrections here in Edinburgh. So that's just a little bit about myself.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for taking the time to be here and helping us understand your department a little bit more. Let me see. So let's begin with, what is SRR? What is Student Rights and Responsibilities, and where are you all located at?
Student Rights and Responsibilities is an office under the Dean of Students here at the university, and we do a variety of services. We have a variety of things that we utilize. For the most part, what we do is we do enforce a student code of conduct. There is a student code of conduct that all universities have, and we enforce that conduct. So we look at policy violations. It's administrative. So we look at any violations, any policy violations under the code of conduct. We have resources. We connect students to resources. We connect students to other type of services that there may be, whether it's here on campus, off campus. We want to ensure that students understand their rights as students, especially as they go through the disciplinary process, but also the responsibilities as a college student, as a university student. What is their responsibility as an individual and as a community, as a UTRGV community.
And so who works in your office? Like how many staff members do you have there? And is it on both campuses, or is it just primarily Edinburgh or Brownsville?
We have an office on both campuses. The office here in Edinburgh is located at the University Center on the 3rd floor. Here we have two full-time staff that does the conduct and the resource stuff. We also have an admin. Catherine Vela is part of she's a student judicial officer here in the Edinburgh campus, and myself. And then we have Dulce, which is our admin assistant. We also have Jaime Richardson, which is in the Brownsville campus. In the Brownsville campus, Student Rights is located at Calvary Hall. We all have the same responsibilities. We're just on separate campuses.
So it's covered in the whole area. So if they can't come to you, they can go to Jaime over in Brownsville.
Yes, definitely.
Great. That's great to know. So now how does a student get to your office? Do they need to make an appointment? Do they walk in? Has it changed now because of the COVID protocols? Is there any COVID protocols? How's this working out now?
The students normally that we see on a daily basis have to do, with a conduct violation. So they have been referred one way or another to our office for an alleged allegation of a violation. And in these cases, we do schedule appointments. When that happens, we schedule them via email. Right now, we actually are still conducting most of our services via remote. So we're doing virtual. So we do set up these appointments. If a student needs a type of resource or he's been referred to our office, sometimes there's walk-ins. But for the most part, we do appointments, but we will not turn a student away if they have, if they have any questions or any concerns that they may have, and we'll direct them to where they need to they need to go. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it is appointment based, but that's because we already have that knowledge. So there's a process that goes along with setting up the appointment.
Okay, cool. Well, that's great to know. I mean, I know sometimes everybody's still transitioning and trying to get used to going back to campus. So it's good that we still have this virtual option available, because we do know there are some people out there that are just not comfortable with being in person yet. Sorry, I lost my train of thought here. Oops.
Do your cases only consist of students, or are they also staff members or professors that reach out to you?
Well, we have a lot of people that reach out to us. I mean, the resource can be anybody. I mean, we can direct people to the different types of resources. When it comes to our conduct and mostly to we are student-based. You know, when it comes to employees, faculty, and staff, that would be, you know, human resource. And we would refer them back, you know, to that. But when it comes to the conduct, any type of concerns that students may have, or that we have concerns about students, it is student-based.
Okay. So what would make a student go to your office, Mari?
A student can come to our office, like I said, if they are referred for a violation, that would be, you know, the referral. So we would contact the student, make an appointment with the student, set up a meeting with the student, and advise the student in regard to the allegation. Students can also come. Students sometimes are referred to our office by other departments. Because, as I said, we do a variety of things. You know, we do faculty notifications sometimes when there are extenuating circumstances and a student may not be attending class. You know, there's a death in the family, there was an accident, something to that effect. You know, there's a courtesy email that we sent out to faculty members. So sometimes students will contact us in relation to how is it that we go about doing this? How is it that we can do this? So there's a variety of ways that, you know, that a student may come to the office. It could just be for a simple question, or maybe they would like to know how to file a complaint, how to file a grievance. So we give them the process. They may also want to know how to, you know, many times they think that our office assists them with grade appeals. And again, direct them into the process, you know, which is the college, direct them to that process and assist them in navigating the process in itself and how to do that. So there's just a variety of ways that students, you know, make contact with our office.
Okay, cool. What about the Vaqueros Reported? You know, we see it on Messenger, we see it all over. Can you explain what that is and how somebody can utilize it?
The Vaqueros Reported is an online reporting system. This is the system that the university that we use, that it's student-based, but it also encompasses many other, other people can utilize it.
Okay.
So it's an online reporting system that we have where students can report any type of violation, student code of conduct violations. Faculty uses it to report alleged academic integrity violations. Faculty, staff, anybody, you know, or other students use it also to report any type of concerns that they may have about students, or students have concerns about other students. And concerns can be anywhere from, you know, a student is feeling, exhibiting, you know, depressive symptoms, or, you know, the student is not doing too well in class, you know, they're not attending class, things of that nature. We have a grievance system. There's a complaint and a grievance form where students can submit grievances, you know, whether it's against a department, a faculty member, or a policy or procedure. So again, this is the online reporting system that we utilize. Also housed in that is the Title IX, which is from the Office of Institutional Equity. So that is housed in the Vaquero Reported also. And then we have Res Life violations, which are any type of minor violations that occur for students in residential housing. So it's our online reporting system. It's on 24/7.
Okay.
So what that means is that you can report at any time. Our office, you know, if they are sent to our office, then we have, you know, a 24-hour business day where we can respond to these. You know, we ensure that we let, you know, everybody know if you're using it and it's an emergency. You know, there is a disclaimer once you open it up that if this is an emergency, then 911 is the first place to call.
Right.
You know, because many times we will not get in contact with a student until a 24-hour, you know, business day. So yeah, but it's our online reporting system. Anything can be reported via our reporting system.
And I'm assuming the fastest way to find this, to find the Vaqueros report is like Google it. Is it on? It's on the websites.
Yes, it's on all of our web pages, and actually I had sent you the link
Yeah.
that you're going to put. But it's the easiest way that I do it, because sometimes I never remember the URL. And I know that's, some of my coworkers will probably say, come on, but it's just UTRGV Vaquero
Yeah.
report it and it pops up.
Awesome. What about reporting anonymously? I know that's important for some people.
Yes, we do have the option, our reportings do have the option of anonymous. One of the things is that we like to caution people that report anonymous is that many times we don't have the availability. There's not a lot in the context in the summary. So there's no way of actually contacting the reporter back asking, is there any more information? What other information? Because sometimes when people report, we don't say all of it. We have, there's limited time, and we just want to kind of report it that we forget to include other information.
So the more details, the better.
Yeah, the more details, specific details, the better, because then we can actually, either if it's a conduct, and we have something that's very vague, we may not be able to move forward with it because there's not enough information to move forward. One of the things that we do when it's a conduct, we look at our definitions. So does it meet the element of our definitions? Does it meet the element of a violation? And if it does, then we may move forward. If it doesn't, it may get dismissed right there and then. So just depending in regards to that. But a person can report anonymously. We just want to make sure that there's enough detail to where we have enough to move forward. Because if we don't, then there's really not much that we can do about that.
So I know one of the things that in working with you, Mari, and collaborating you in different projects that we've done, there's different sub-programs within SRR. I know CARE and BIT, which are course acronyms, and can you tell us more about that and how SRR works in these collaboratives to make sure our students are safe and secure on campus?
The behavior intervention team is a cross-functional team, pretty much, where the team, we have a variety of people that attend our meetings. We have, OVAP, Priscilla, you're on our CARE and on our BIT. So many times that in itself, what the behavior intervention team does, it assesses students that are a high risk. And when I say high risk, it means they're either, they have some type of threatening behavior, whether it's in classroom, outside of classroom, there's a harm to others or harm to self. So we are certified in SRR is certified in assessing students in regards to whether it's a written document or whether it's something that was verbal. So we assess the level of risk that a student may be and how they are they a risk to our Vaquero community, and then develop a plan and take action in regards to how is it that we would, move forward with that. Our CARE team is a lower level risk committee, team that we have. This is where we assess students that are a lower level that may need some type of guidance and direction in regards to navigating maybe resources on campus, maybe, referring them to your office, referring them to PD, something in regards to, needing other resources. As I mentioned earlier, we send notifications to faculty members sometimes when students are going to be out, for an due to an extenuating circumstance. So that is our CARE team. What other resources can we provide upon their return? Are there other things that we can connect, whether it's on campus or whether it's off campus? And how is it that we can assist students, that may be needing additional resources in regards to that? So that's our BIT and our CARE team.
And those are, like I said, really good to know, because it's another way that the university wants to make sure that our students are given the information they need, taken care of, and provided with the best quality academic education as possible.
The university has a lot of resources. I mean, so, in knowing the type of resources and knowing where we can connect, our office may not be able to assist every student with every need that they may have or every concern. But if we know those resources that are on campus, I can, connect them to,
you can reach out.
I can reach out to other people and see, their connections and their resources as well.
So what, besides CARE and BIT, what other programs or things that does SRR to assist with or is part of?
We also have the Superhero Project. The Superhero Project is under the Student Rights and Responsibilities, and this is where pretty much we assist. It's a peer-to-peer led group. It's a peer-led training pretty much. And the students that we have do trainings in regards to teaching students, empowering students on how to be active bystanders. And again, active bystanders can be whether it's a direct or whether it's indirect. One of the indirect can be knowing the resources that we have on campus. If there's a friend of yours that is, verbalizing, that they're sad, they don't know, they're not sure exactly what they want to do, knowing the resources that there is, counseling, things of that nature, that can be an indirect. Direct can be something as simple as reporting it via the Vaquero Report It, or reporting some type of high-risk situation to our police department or things of that nature. So it's this is where we empower students to be that active bystander. If they see something that is not right, that goes against our conduct, goes against, our values, the integrity, things of that nature, then how is it that we can, assist by either being an active bystander directly or indirectly?
And I also know that you all assist with with the food pantry as well, and that's out of your division as well, right?
Yes, the food pantry is downstairs. It's located here downstairs as well. Both campuses, it's in the same university center in Calvary Hall. And it serves our students. It serves only students. And this is where, students can have, the food pantry is fully stocked. I mean, we're talking
That's
produce,
wonderful.
we're talking dairy, we're talking, canned foods, we're talking all of that different type of foods. And they can request it, and then come in, on the day of delivery. So there's an online form as well. And they can just Google the UTRGV food pantry. They fill out it's kind of like their grocery list, submit it. And then, our student employees get it ready. And then on the day of pickup, they come and they pick up their food. Because we know that, college students, it's hard sometimes, university students, it's hard. And if you're not working and just going to school, so this is another good resource that the university has in regards to the food pantry. So we get the assistance from the food bank, from the RGV food bank.
Mari, the food bank, is it only in Edinburgh or is it also in Brownsville?
It's also in Brownsville. It's in Calvary
Okay,
Hall in
just to be sure.
Brownsville as well. And then here it's in the University Center for first floor.
Wonderful.
And then I'll be posting up the link right now shortly on the chat for y'all if y'all are interested in the pantry, because I say utilize it. It's always great
It's
to have
there.
that service
It's a
there.
good resource. I mean,
Most definitely.
And how often can they get food from the food pantry?
Then I'm not sure. I know that sometimes they do it every week or every 2 weeks. It just depends.
Okay.
But like I said, it's a free resource for all students. I mean, anybody that's enrolled, that's a student that is enrolled for that semester is eligible to receive their groceries.
That's great. That's good to hear. I don't know, Amanda, I know I interrupted you.
No. That's okay. I was just going to ask you about academic dishonesty. It's my understanding with like academic dishonesty that violations are for faculty to report any suspected issues. How does that work?
Faculty members can report one of two ways. They can either report it directly to our office through the system, through Vaquero Report It. And that what that does is that allows us the opportunity to investigate. That gives us, they provide the evidence, they provide, they do the legwork pretty much, because in reality, we don't have access to like their information or, their software, things of that nature that they utilize. So they provide that, and then we do the investigation. We determine, the findings, and then we provide recommended sanctions. Or they can also do it themselves, which is called the faculty disposition form. And in the faculty disposition form, they pretty much do what we're doing. The only difference is at that moment in time, students waive their right to an appeal of the sanctions, or they waive their right to the appeal of a hearing. And in that, since the student and the faculty come to a resolution, they document it, sign it, and then it gets sent to our office. Anytime, and it creates that record. But anytime that a disciplinary record is created, it's an educational record, and it does stay in effect for 7 years. Our record retention, the university's record retention is 7 years. So we can't destroy or purge any documents within those 7 years.
All right.
Sorry, I'm over here typing the food pantry. Thank you, Kat. And if y'all see on the chat, Kat posted on there that they do give food once a week. You can utilize the services once a week. So thanks, Kat. Yes. And while she's doing that, I'm like, food pantry.
I know. I was trying to do the same thing. So, Mari, let's say if a student is showing signs of distress, they're acting out in class for whatever the reason may be, is that an instance in which the professor is going to reach out to your office for
That could be,
assistance?
yes.
That's
I
one
mean,
of the
they
one
could,
of the
and that's a
reasons?
student, yeah, that's the one of the reporting elements in Vaquero reported, the student of concern. So they
Okay.
can, we have categories, whether it's threatening behavior or things of that nature. And then we determine, I reach out to the student, see kind of what's going on, how is it that we can assist? Sometimes in these types of situations, it's referred as a student of concern, but it could, easily turn into a student conduct. It just depends on the
Just
nature.
depends.
There's a variety of things. And every case is on a case by case basis because we really, in every referral, because we really don't know. So, for example, today, I mean, there was, the student of concern, there was 2 death notifications that were done today, of our students. So it depends. It's picking up, as the semester kind of starts. So, the
Right.
concerns about students not being able to continue with class, so just depending on the nature of it. So,
Right.
so yes.
Case by case, we understand
Our
that, most
office is
definitely.
always, our office is always busy. We don't have any downtime, it's a it's a year
The
round.
door.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
The revolving door. What about presentations? I know that we've discussed it before. I know you do presentations, but let's say professors want you to reach out to their students in their
Mhm.
classes. Do you all do that? How does that work?
They fill out a referral or they fill out a request for presentations. And then just depending on the nature of it, we do presentations on academic integrity. We do an overview of SRR and our process. We've done presentations, for Res Life, like the resident assistants that assist in Res Life, incident report writing. So there's a variety of presentations. We do presentations to the PA program, medical school, to the OT program, just different types of presentations because the student code of conduct, it pertains to every single student.
Right.
So, every single student is subjected to, subject to, to the student code of conduct. So we want to ensure that all students understand their rights and their responsibilities, when it comes to that disciplinary process, and also the assistant part of student rights and knowing that, resources, where are the resources? How can I navigate this? How can I navigate that?
So y'all do a bunch of stuff, which is great. It's great to hear because I know, for example, me and Amanda, we know this stuff, but we want to educate our students and know that there's way more things that go on in our departments that sometimes people don't understand and don't utilize because they might not know. So it's great to hear. I know we're getting close to our time limit here. Before we go, y'all, I just want to share with y'all, this is the information for student rights and responsibilities. Like Mari said, their Brownsville office is located in Calvary 204. Edinburgh's office is located at the University Center 315. There are the phone numbers for both of them. If you need to email them, srr@utrgv.edu. Their website there, utrgv.edu//SRR. Here are some additional resources that we like to give you all. These are other offices, other departments within our campus that can also be utilized for many different services. Please, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out to us, whether it be me, Amanda, Mari, or anybody else that works in any of these offices. We'd be glad to assist you all and provide you the guidance that you're looking for. And that should pretty much wrap up. Mari, any last words that you would like to share with our attendees today?
No, just, I mean, hope, we just started 2022. So hopefully everybody has a good and safe spring 2022 semester.
For sure.
Thank you all.
Thank you for joining us. And Amanda, anything?
Yeah, just thank you, Mari, so much for joining us and informing us, because I know this is very helpful for us as a refresher, but for those that are going to be viewing it. And then hopefully everybody will join us next month. We are going to be joined by the Hidalgo County Community Services Agency. There are a lot of things that they assist with, so please be on the lookout on Messenger and on social media so that you all can register for that. And just be careful, take care of yourselves, and please be safe.
Yes.
And be kind to everybody. So yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Have a good day. Bye-bye.